Hello, my lovelies. I was about to say good morning, but it is currently about midnight here, so good night. I am about to go to bed because I work tomorrow, but I got home quite late from work today, which is why I'm doing this now. I felt like reading some Am I the Assholes, and I figured for my first video of reading Am I the Asshole, we would do Am I the Asshole topic of Ireland or the Irish, considering I'm from Ireland. So I'm gonna just do a few because I really do need to go to bed. Am I the asshole for telling an Irish American to stay in her lane? I don't know yet. We'll see, because it depends on what they done and it depends on how you went about it. But we'll find out anyway. Basically, I recently moved to America from Ireland in the last few months working in an IT. Now, despite always finding Americans who say they're Irish or plastic paddies, as we call them back in Ireland, annoying, I knew when people say that in America, they just mean their heritage, so when in Rome, do as Romans do. So on occasion, when I tell people I'm Irish, I'd get the odd American saying, "Oh, cool, I'm Irish too, because my great granddaddy was from Ireland." Followed by cringy questions like, "Did you know we Irish were slaves too?" I let this slide, smile and nod, and just try to change the subject as soon as possible. This is not sounding so good. Now, in the IT, I love how she says in the IT. Is it not just in IT? In the IT where I don't know, it's late. In the IT where I work, there's this woman, let's call her Julie, who claims to be Irish because of a grandparent, I think. And she was basically the plastic paddy stereotype, e.g., I have an Irish temper, and I had too many Irish car bombs last night. Once again, I let it go because when in Rome. Then one day during a group meeting, when people asked me what it's like in Ireland, she kept interrupting me and basically took over the conversation about what it's like in Ireland despite admitting to never being. It got to the point where I was becoming visibly irritated, but once again said nothing because when in Rome. Then when she went to the bathroom, people started laughing, saying, "You looked so annoyed there." And I made one comment saying to them, "Just because your great-great-grandfather once had a Guinness in Cork doesn't make you Irish," which all but one woman laughed at. That one woman turned out to be one of her closest friends. Oh. Well, that was dumb. Maybe don't talk like that in a work call when she's not, like when she's literally just stepped away. Then Julie confronted me about mocking her because obviously her friend grassed. Grassed means told on her. I then just told her straight up she's not Irish and to not speak over me when it comes to experiences in Ireland and to stay in your lane. She then went off in a huff and hasn't talked to me since. Am I the asshole? I think you're not the asshole, honestly. Like if they're asking you about your experience, like living in Ireland, like what it's like to live in Ireland, and she's taking over the conversation and talking over you, like, yet she's not ever been to Ireland. So she's basically just spouting all these lies and stuff that she thinks it's like based off of maybe stories she's been told or whatever. But like she hasn't lived there. So like why is she getting involved? She needs to stand back and let you actually say what it's like. I don't know. She really should have just stayed in her lane, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. You're not the asshole. She's the asshole. But we'll read some of the comments. I'm probably going to be tanked for this, but as a fellow Irish woman who has to be polite when this happens to me all the time, not the asshole. You were IMO, in you were something. I don't know what that means. If you know, please let me know. I don't know. You were firm but polite. I don't think you were harsh. I think that woman needed checked. And being checked by you in this manner is a nicer way than someone else. There's a lot of shittiness wrapped up in those comments. Pico, what are you doing? Here, come on. Come here. Get down. Come on. Come on. You can't be in front of the camera. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say hello, little Pico. Anyway, I think that woman needed checked, and being checked by you in this manner is a nicer way than someone else. There's a lot of shittiness wrapped up in those comments of I'm Irish too, and then they attempt to ram a blatant bollocks stereotype, I don't know, stereotype down our throat, and when we try to politely correct them, they get offended. Good luck in the future. Pico, please stop. Good luck in the future with this nonsense. Edit. I got a gold. Wow. Okay. Asshole enthusiast, not the asshole. Just so you know, many of us realize that we are American, not Irish. Even if my mother hammered into my head that I'm 5'8" Irish, 5'8" Irish from the time I was born. I think it's hilarious that the coworker tried to tell people what life is like in Ireland without having ever been there. Wow. I'm Irish and have lived in the States for a few years, not the asshole. You'll get it a lot, especially in new jobs. There may also come a time when people want to talk about immigration with you and call you a good immigrant. It's horrible. My favorite moment was when a Yank told me how to pronounce words in Irish and corrected my pronunciation of Samhain. My advice is to make a few jokes in new jobs and situations about America to act like this. The Samhain one is my go-to. It gets the tone, lets people know it's ignorant and rude to do these sorts of things, and allows the really rude people to speak up, and you can then avoid them. Most of the time, though, it opens up cool conversations about being foreign, living in a different country, and makes a fun discussion about America and the things you've learned since living there. America knows how to do sinks and fridges properly, but not kettles. Okay, thanks for that information. Yeah, definitely not the asshole. I just think some people are a bit interesting. Or not interesting. I don't know. It's so annoying. It's just so annoying. Like, just be where you're from. Like, is it that hard? Pico, can you please stop? Like, I'm Irish. Like, that's my thing. I'm not gonna go to America and be like, oh, or I have no connection. Actually, no. I think I might have Americans I think I might have family in America. I'm not too sure. Oh, I've got fucking long lost family members in America, so I'm part American, and this is what it's like to live there, and blah 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 blah. I was gonna then try and like mispronounce something in a language, but then I second thought it, and I was like, wait, Americans don't have like their own language, if that makes sense. So then I was like, wait, I can't do that. Soz. But yeah, don't correct the Irish on how to pronounce Irish, because that's just dumb, and you're not going to be right. The Irish person is going to be right. They've studied the language, if not spoke it as their first language, or learned it from the beginning of school till the end of school. I don't know how many years that is, 15 years? I don't know. I can't say much though because I don't speak Irish. I know little bits, but I'm not that great. Anyway, we'll go to the next one because this is taking too long. Am I the asshole for not being Irish? I have Irish great-great-grandparents. I live in England, as has all of my relatives since 1910. I have recently started to have an American live with me, and she introduced herself to people as Irish. Now, I know Americans do this weird thing where they believe they are where their ancestors came from. We Europeans find this hilarious, but what are you gonna do? Oh, I said that wrong, but what are you gonna do? Now, I know Americans do this weird thing. Oh, I'm literally just rereading what I'm saying. I'm too tired to be doing this. I should be allowed to read at nighttime, or at least read out loud at nighttime. Recently, I have been researching my family history and she got involved. She is now saying that I should go around saying I am Irish, otherwise it is disrespectful to my ancestors. The problem is I am not Irish, I'm English. I don't know Irish culture. I've never been to Ireland. I'm English. I would argue she isn't Irish either, since she has never been to Ireland nor knows Irish culture. But still, she can introduce herself however she wants. She's getting incredibly upset that I am refusing to say I am Irish, and she has even started to introduce me as her Irish friend. I told her to stop and she got annoyed. I mean, where do you draw the line on ancestors anyway? Should I introduce myself as African before all my ancestors started out in Africa? No. So am I the asshole for not saying I am Irish? No, you're not the asshole. Your friend is weird. And tell her to... I don't know if you heard that, but my stomach just growled. Tell your friend to go away. And that she's strange. I don't know how to give constructive advice on these things because like what? I don't understand why people are doing this. Like, it's just so strange. I don't understand. You are from where you were born, or if you were born somewhere and moved somewhere else really early in life and lived there and like grew up there, you could be from there. Like, it depends. Like, if, say, I will use America. Say I was born in America, but my family moved to Ireland when I was like 3 or 4, and I spent the entire rest of my childhood and becoming an adult in Ireland. I could say I'm from Ireland because to me I'm from Ireland, that's all I know. But I could also say, oh, I'm from America because I was born in America. Full disclosure, I was not born in America, I was born in Ireland. This is just hypothetical. So yeah, but if you've never been to a place, you're not from that place no matter where your parents are from. You can say, oh, I am part Irish because I have ancestors from there. So my blood is part Irish. But you're not Irish and you haven't been there. So yeah, anyway, I'll look at a comment. All right, official judgment, not the asshole. As an Irish person, I can safely say you are right. She is not Irish, nor are you. Americans give themselves a bad name claiming to be Irish due to a vague ancestry. A couple of years ago in Beijing, an American introduced themselves to me as Irish. For context, we were in an Irish pub. I sighed, decided to be a good sport, and asked them which part of Ireland their family was from. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, was Wales. For anyone that doesn't know, Wales is a country in the United Kingdom, which is the patch of land, the island, that is, I say island because, you know, it's a patch of land that's surrounded by water. A patch, a big area of land that's surrounded by water next to Ireland. Ireland is the small little patch of land surrounded by water next to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom holds Wales, Scotland, and England. And then there's Ireland. Wales is not in Ireland. Just to clarify. For anyone that needs to hear that. And if you're gonna lie and say that you're Irish, at least do your research. It's not that hard. We have the internet. I'm American and worked with a woman who claimed to be so Irish at every turn possible. She would make inaccurate proclamations such as I'm Irish so I like plain food, meat and potatoes. She didn't like me very much when I told her I had been to Ireland and had eaten some very flavorful food while there. I also informed her that she had given her children last names as first names, and that also upset her. I'm sorry, that's funny. I wonder if like she tried to name her kids Irish names, but she accidentally took Irish last names and gave it to them. So like why has every last name just left my mind? The first one that popped into my head was like O'Connor, but Connor can be a first name. Oh my god, why can't I think of any last names? Like I thought of another one, but that could be a first name. So many of their last names could be first names. Oh, is McKeown? McKeown? I think McHugh's the last name. You couldn't really use that as a first name. McDonald. Can't do that one as a first name. Anyway. And not the asshole she is. And she's about as Irish as Queen Elizabeth. She can F off with her bulk shit, frankly. Okay. Next one. Am I the asshole for cursing someone out who accused me of faking an Irish accent? I can't relate. Most people think I'm American based on my accent, or I've gotten English. Like, I've been back in Ireland for a wee bit now, and I always get, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, the place down the road. And they're like, wait, what? You're from Ireland? Oh, yeah. And they're like, oh, I thought you were American. Or, oh, I thought you were English. Eh? I've never been to America in my conscious memory of time. I think I was in America when I was like a baby. And I've only been to England for like a weekend at a time. So how the heck do you all think I'm American or English? Although sometimes I do voices, or like I said y'all there. Not exactly something I say in general, but whenever, I don't know, you'll get to know. Okay. I'm from Newfoundland, Canada. In Newfoundland, oh, I really want a Newfoundland dog. Anyway, we have an accent which is kind of similar to an Irish accent, but not quite the same. A lot of Scottish and Irish people immigrated here, and we've been isolated from the rest of Canada, which is why we have a different accent. I'm currently studying in California. I work at an Outback Steakhouse. All the time I get asked if I am from Ireland. I was waiting a group of college-age people when I asked if I could take their order. One of them said, are you from Ireland? I responded and said, I'm from Newfoundland, Canada. She then told me I should stop faking my accent as it's quite rude and offensive to me to culturally appropriate another culture and mock them. I tried to explain that I'm not speaking with an Irish accent, and she wouldn't let me finish or just dismissed me as lying. After interrupting me 4 times trying to explain to me about cultural appropriation and shit, I got sick of it and said, us Newfoundlanders speak like this. I'm not faking a effing accent. Now can I take your order? All caps, shouting. I tried to explain that I just reread again. She said, you know I'm not going to take this disrespect. We're leaving. And she left. Her friends didn't follow her. Eventually one more did leave, but the other two were still there. It was effing hilarious. My boss, however, is pissed at me as she did call and made a complaint about me. He said if I do that again, I'm getting fired. Quit then. Because you don't need that disrespect. And you didn't need to start shouting at her. I wouldn't have shouted at her. I work in retail and I've worked in all sorts of hospitality. And you need to learn how to control yourself in customer service roles. And yeah, you shouldn't have yelled at her. You're not an asshole. You just made a mistake and done a silly thing because you are in your workplace. Your boss shouldn't threaten to fire you or anything. They should just be like, I understand that they were being very rude to you and mean, but next time try and do this. And he should train you to do a better job and like teach you what you should have done to try and resolve the situation, or if you felt uncomfortable to request your manager to come over. Can you tell I've been managing retail and hospitality for the last like 5 years? Yeah, get me out of it. Anyway, yelling at a preachy woke California girl, self-defense, not the asshole. Also, being willing to work in customer service nowadays means you're less likely to get fired than you would have pre-COVID. So I think you're safe. It's just as likely a right-winger co-opting left-wing language, dude. Aggressively defending a white culture can go either way. We all know what is more likely. I have no idea what that all just said. Not the asshole. She was the one disrespecting your culture. As an immigrant, I've developed an accent over the years, and not once someone came up to me and told me I'm appropriating their culture. The nerve of her to say she's not going to take any disrespect when she's the one disrespecting your culture would be hilarious if it didn't put your job in jeopardy. Next time, ask them if they know Newfoundland, and when they say no, you say, well, this is how we speak there. Yeah, I have complicated history which involves a lot of moving between countries, which shows up in my accent. If someone accused me of faking it or appropriating it, I'd be incensed. And in my case, it's not even the native accent spoken by my culture like it is for OP. Okay, well, drama. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law her daughter's name isn't Irish? Okay. No. I don't think you are. Like, if maybe she should have checked it first. But you just being like, oh, that's not Irish. I don't think you're an asshole. I'm Irish. My husband is American. We live in the US currently, but met back in Ireland. His sister has always been obsessed with my accent, my name, and the fact that her brother married a real Irish person. She and her husband had a baby very recently, a little girl. My sister-in-law excitedly told me ages ago that she was giving her daughter an Irish name and she couldn't wait for me to hear it. I don't know if you can hear Pico eating, but he's being really loud. Around that same time, her husband asked me if the name was actually Irish. He told me what it was, and I said no. I also pointed out that the Irish middle name they did use was the American spelling and not one used back home. I didn't say anything to her because she never asked. I wasn't supposed to know the name. So far, like, I think your sister-in-law is a bit silly because, again, internet, Google, look it up, AI, anything, and you can find the Irish spelling to names and Irish names. Anyway, apparently they argued over the name a lot, and he tried to convince her to stop saying it was Irish. Her daughter was born and she announced the name to us and the rest of the family. She had the name printed on a banner so the spelling of the middle was clear too. She talked about wanting an Irish name for her because of me. Her husband told her to stop saying it was Irish. Oh wait. I need to stop rereading. She talked about wanting an Irish name for her because of me. Her husband. Oh no, I didn't reread. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. Her husband told her to stop saying it was Irish. She was so mad at him for claiming it wasn't, and I jumped in. I said the first name was Scottish, not Irish, and that the middle name is not the Irish spelling or anything close to it. She went crazy and told me the name was Irish. The Irish and Scottish had the same stuff. I told her there was some overlap, sure, but we still had our own distinct names, and the one she had chosen was clearly Scottish. Then she told me she chose the least dumb spelling for the middle name. She was so pissed that I pointed this out to her. She's pissed at her husband for disagreeing with her in the first place. Drama has ensued and everybody is hearing about how shitty I am for trying to convince her that her daughter's Irish name isn't in fact Irish. Am I the asshole? I need a drink of water. Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. It's not Irish. Again, the internet could have told her this. I can't. I honestly can't. This is stressing me out. I'm not doing Irish ones anymore because it's just so dumb. Like, come on. Use your noggin. Use your noggin. Pico, get off the table. Hello, everybody. Dude, come here. Shh, shh. Ow. Okay, ow. I don't even know. I don't even know. Let's read the comments. Supreme Court Justice. Not the asshole. If she really wanted an Irish name, then why not check it with you, an Irish person? Also, why argue with an Irish person about an Irish name and believing she knows more about Irish names than an actual Irish person? Like that's ever stopped an American from creating their own interpretation of another culture. It's sort of what we do. Oh, we do? So you're an American? So you're saying this about your own people? Fair enough. Fair enough. I have a German coworker that has had Americans of German descent argue with her about the way she speaks German. I have a feeling that the sister is jealous of OP being different and is trying to get attention. Oh, dang. I'm German married to an American. We live in Germany and my husband constantly argues with people who think their English is better than his. It's ridiculous. I don't know why people do that. Maybe it's that I always have to be right mentality. Might also be the reason why OP's sister-in-law doesn't want to accept that her daughter's name isn't Irish. I have a theory for that. I teach college level English classes, including sometimes remedial English. They're probably hearing whatever dialect regional variations your husband uses, and to their classroom English ears it sounds wrong. Fair enough, that makes sense. Okay, I think this is our first asshole of the evening. All the rest have been not the asshole. Am I the asshole for talking over my partner instead of waiting for silence? This is our last one. Last one. Because I need to go to bed. And it is 20 to 1 in the morning. Okay. Am I the asshole for talking over my partner instead of waiting for silence? Yes and no. I don't recommend you talking over your partner, but then also I feel like if it's an argument, then you're both probably doing it. So then it's like, you're both assholes. It depends on the situation. I don't know. Let's find out. Previous post got deleted, trying again with a specific conflict. Throwaway account because my partner used Reddit, and since I'm not sure if I'm the asshole or not, I don't want to out myself. I like how she's wrote this. It's like in sections. Who? Partner. NB. Is that non-binary? 52. And I, female, 49. Grew up in 2 different states in the US. I'm from Ohio and he's from NH. I don't know what NH is. New Hampton? Is that right? Why? No, that's not right. I don't know. I think I could have just said something so stupid, or I was completely correct and I just think I'm being stupid. I don't know. And I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I'm terrible at geography, but yeah, I'll complain about other people not. I don't know. If it makes a difference, which it might. Maybe it's a regional thing. Okay. The background. Oh, sorry if that's loud. The background. My friends and family all have a similar way of communicating with people we're close to. When a conversation is particularly engaged, it often happens that people will interject excitedly or talk over the person speaking in agreement, or to exclaim something relevant. Random example, person A. I had a dream that me and Lou went to Eaton Park to celebrate my new job. Person B. Oh my god, they have the best cookies. Person A, nodding vehemently. Yeah, so we ordered a salad to share. Person C. Oh, that's right, Lou's a vegetarian now, etc., etc. The conflict. Today, partner and I were making lunch. We'd been in a great mood, talking about Thanksgiving, what we were going to make, etc. They mentioned I thought I had to go back to the store this weekend because I couldn't find pie crust last week. I spun around, opened the cabinet and pulled out crust and said, I got some yesterday. They stopped cold and said, yes, I remember that now. I was going to say, but I remembered you got it yesterday. You always do that. It's like telling the punchline of someone else's joke. Partner apparently did not grow up this way. They've told me repeatedly that they feel like they never get to finish a sentence, always interrupting, and have even said that it feels like telling the punchline to someone else's joke. You said that already. I felt like I'd just been scolded in front of people. It just completely took all the joy out of the moment. It made me want to completely disengage and not speak again until invited to. It hurt my feelings. I get that from the way they're seeing it. It sounds like I'm being rude and deliberately not letting them speak. But from how I was brought up and how my friends are, to me, this is a sign of a good conversation. Both people are enjoying it and getting excited, etc. Am I supposed to just sit silently staring at them until they finish speaking and a long pause ensues? But maybe it's just rude as F and I'm in the wrong. Am I the asshole, or was my partner for shutting me down? Coming here to let random strangers on the internet decide. Well, yeah, why not? I think I don't know. I'm on both sides. I can't lie, I'm on both sides. Like, if it was just like an occasional thing, because like I do that too, but it seems like you're doing it all the time. Like, let the dude tell a story or let the dude talk. But if it was just the occasional, like the example that she gave of them talking about Thanksgiving and food or whatever, and her being like, oh, I got new pie crust already or whatever. Like, I do that and I don't think anything of it. Like, if my mom was like, oh, I finished all the milk last night, and I was like, oh, it's fine, I got some on the way home from work. Like, I don't know, she wouldn't think anything of it. I, I don't know. Because in my family, there's a lot of talking over each other. And sometimes it's an arguing where you're like, everyone, STFU, STFU, let me talk. It's my turn to talk. There's a lot of that, you know? And then they'll just talk over each other. But in general talking, where you just like, oh, and you add a piece of information, if you were completely changing the subject, then I'd be like, okay, you're the asshole. Because like if they're talking and then you're like, if he's like, oh, we need to go grocery shopping, and you're like, oh, I was playing this game and this happened, then I'd be like, you're an asshole. So I don't know, I'm half and half, but I don't know if it's because my family is so like effed up. Comment down below your opinion, because I'm a bit conflicted on this. I want to know what you think. But until then, I'll read some of the comments. So, you're the asshole. I like to finish my sentences too. I like to at least feel my words are worth listening to. And when I take a breath, I will listen to yours in exchange. AITA, I have friends from Ohio and they do not interrupt or talk over me. Your state is not the reason your circle of family and friends are. Depending how long they've been together, I think I read 8 years somewhere, shouldn't this have been worked out between them ages ago? It can't be a new thing OP is suddenly doing. While yes, I hate being interrupted too while telling something, I would not date someone with that communication style for years without making some sort of compromise between us. Read what you wrote about the conversations you grew up with. Both are enjoying it, while your partner is not enjoying it, and they have communicated it to you on several occasions. You know this because you tell us about how they've described how they perceive it and how they feel about it. You've been made aware that your conversation style hurts their feelings, and you keep doing it because why? Because you think it shouldn't hurt their feelings, and somehow that should magically not make it not hurt. And so they've kept telling you, and you've kept ignoring their hurt feelings, and now you are hurt because they didn't roll over and pretend that their feelings weren't hurt. You took the joy out of their moment, and you're complaining that being made aware of this fact took the joy out of your moment. How selfish can you be? You are hurt because they point out to you that you are knowingly hurting their feelings. You know what we call people who knowingly hurt others? Cruel, abusive assholes. You're the asshole. So that was hard to read. And I'm not sure it all went in. But I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. But it did make me realize so I don't know if I read this and I just didn't register it, but I didn't realize he had told her before that he didn't like her butting in, that like her like cutting him off. I don't know if I just didn't register that at all, but for that fact where he was like, hey look, I'm not comfortable with you doing this, it really hurts my feelings when you cut off my sentences. Like, I don't feel like you really want to hear what I have to say, and you're just trying to cut it off. Like, if he'd done that and like did speak to her about it, then yeah, she's the asshole. I was taking it that this is just something she'd done, and this is the first time that it's came up. I didn't register that he had previously spoken to her about it, because then yeah, she should have then been trying to compromise and stop doing it, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's, oh no wait, you're the asshole. You've been together for a long time and you know they don't like being talked over. You feel like you're being shut down when you're asked not to do it, but you're actively shutting them down every time you speak over them or don't let them finish the thought before interjecting. Yeah, again, joys. Yeah, I don't know. all this stuff mind boggles me, especially at 1 a.m. But I just want to hear what you have to say about all this stuff. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, so if you like that video and you want to see more Am I the Assholes, please hit the like button. And if you turn on the notification bell, then you'll know when I upload again. And maybe you'll get to see my little Pico again. My little Pico who doesn't want to sit with me. And subscribe. Because it's good to subscribe. It helps your girl out. And it helps your girl be able to do more content. Because right now, I'm working a whole lot of hours to save up some money. And I'm tired of working all the hours that I'm working a week and driving, because I work an hour's drive away from home. And I work like 9-10 hour shifts. So I'm out for 12 hours and my feet hurt. And I want to be able to make more content, but I'm at work 5 days a week, and then I'm really tired on the weekend. So yeah, I just don't have a lot of time to do anything. I try and record and edit whenever I can, but I am exhaustamundo to the nines. As you can see right now, I'm recording at 1 a.m. I'm so tired. So yeah, help a girl out so that I can make more content for you. Okay, until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, or night.